Hey, hope you're having a good one. I'm Blogger the Hut, and this is every new vehicle in Andor Season 2. Kicking things off with some vehicles on Chandrilla, we see this one coming in to land. Sort of small one. We see if there again on Coruscant. We actually see a bunch of these vehicles. There's another one coming out towards the camera and one coming into land there. You see that kind of split down the middle and then the two engines raised up from the back. One flying past again on Coruscant, and then a bunch of them here on this landing pad. Then a very similar vehicle in Tay Colmer's shuttle. See the sort of sleek design of it. And then we see it's got the same front split, but it doesn't have the raised engines at the back there. But definitely some related design. Then some more speeders on the left here. This one is actually based on a speeder that was seen in the Acolyte, just behind Luthen. And then on the right there, another speeder. This one actually also first appeared in the Acolyte, but obviously the 100-year time gap, I'm saying it confidently that it's an updated version. Then we have the Mobile House. This site where the Ferrix rebels are staying. I didn't even notice till I started making this video that it's actually a vehicle. You can see there between the two pods on the left there's the actual cockpit. It's got these modules that come out. Obviously we never see it move, but you get the sense that this whole thing can just be retracted and presumably pop up on repulsors and drive off to another site. Get a nice look at the outside of it there, and then obviously the interior space, which is modular and easily adapted. As they move through, we see Bix as she heads into the cockpit. See there the controls for moving the vehicle. A few more shots of it there. Then we have a few vehicles. We have this one, kind of single-seater with a load of room for tools at the back. A nice clunky functional mechanics speeder. Then we have Brasso's speeder bike. I do love the kind of the bulky, sturdy looking design of this. Sort of the room for cargo at the back. It just looks so cool as it flies through those cornfields. Then we have this really weird vehicle that this farmer guy on Mina Rao has. Looks very cobbled together. It's just got very minimal plating, and you see it's got this seat there, and then you see it there in the shop. But it's just got a strange design. It's just got almost no substance to it. You can see it's got a kind of apron around the bottom of it, presumably around the repulsors, that it's just very, very minimal plating and construction on the whole thing. Then we have the Imperial transport vehicle. There's actually two versions of this. The open canopy with just the frame the officers use to stand up on. And obviously space for all these officers and stormtroopers to pile in. Obviously all the gear hanging off the side of it as well. Another one on Naboo. In fact, we see two of them in different colours, which is confusing. And then we see this version on Gorman, which has obviously a lot more armour plating on it. Doesn't have the turret on the front. Still a fairly open back. And then it's got this massive ram at the front. Strong enough to take out a KX droid. But same overall shape and design. Then a few vehicles on Gorman. This orange kind of cargo speeder. We see it a number of times in the background. Kind of seat for two at the front and then storage at the back. We see this a white and orange version as well. See it again in the background during the massacre. Then on the left, this little kind of baker's transport thing, very compact, just a seat and room for a bit of storage at the back. We see it again behind Cyril there. Then these little compact hover bikes. See a lot of them on Gorman. Orange one there, parked up. We see this same guy just driving around the city a few times. See the light there as it's being used as a signal. See a greenish one in the background there. Then these huge Imperial cargo vehicles very basic, just this cockpit at the back and then just room for as much cargo as possible. See all these sort of ready-made cargo modules as they trundle through the city. See all these lights for driving at night, the open cargo bed there and the repulsors at the back, and we see it come to a crash. Then as the gets shorted out, we see the cargo beds, and then we see this kind of racks that are made for these custom cargo containers. Then in the sewers we have presumably some kind of sanitation vehicle that's been co-opted by the rebels, and then we see it driving out of the side of the sewers. We also have these little police speeders that arrive on the scene at Gorman. Then we see one here as well on Naboo. Then on Coruscant we have this train. There is a train in Season 1, but it's a real blink and you miss it. So it may be the same, but it's just too hard to tell. So we see it again here on this scene. Very modular, basic cube kind of shapes. Then we also see the same ones here in the slightly more swanky neighbourhoods. Then this really posh airspeeder coming out of Luthen's. Then we also see one coming into land here at the party. Another kind of more bulky airspeeder. And this one we see flying past. There's tons of them, but we see them really well in this shot here. Then moving on to Yavin 4, we have this fueling vehicle. So it's got the big fuel tank at the back connecting to the U-wing and then coupled to the little driver module at the front. Then we have these Imperial transport vehicles on Coruscant. Really interesting design. They kind of look more like boats than vehicles, really. You can't quite figure out, but yeah, very interesting as we see them there on this landing pad, blunt front, and then we see a close-up of one coming into land here. But yeah, really intriguing design. Doesn't seem to match anything else. Then in the background here on Yavin, we see this little transport vehicle moving along. And then what has absolutely driven me insane is all these background on Coruscant. So we see one here, very kind of cargo kind of looking one again outside of Dedra's window. See one in the queue there on Coruscant. Another one in the next bit of traffic. Then this kind of sleeker with the long kind of front. See two of them there parked. Then this other kind of cargo looking speedo. See it's got the kind of angular design and the two sort of repulsor pods at the front. One down there outside Dedra's window, and then we see one here on the landing pad. Bit of a closer look at it there. Big window at the front. And this little vehicle, we see it driving past here. This clunky looking ship coming into land. We only really see in this shot. Another large cargo looking speeder. And these golden looking ships with the kind of module engine thing at the front. See a better closer look at one of them there. We have these small little vehicles here, and we see a few of them from the side on this shot. A stripy bit on the engines. And then another vehicle with sort of a striped pattern to it we see in this explosion scene on Coruscant. A little bit of a closer look at it there with those sort of twin engines sticking out at the front. There's a few of them in that queue of traffic there. And lastly, we see a couple of vehicles moving around on Gorman, but most of them are really just too small to make out. And that's it. That is every new vehicle I spotted in Andor Season 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, there's buttons you can press to say that. If you want to see more videos, I will be doing droids and species. So you can subscribe if you want, and you'll be notified of that. But whatever you want to do, I'm just really glad that you've watched the video, and I hope you have a great day, and may the Force be with you.